Welcome to part 2 of What If Luffy was the Doomsday from DC Comics. Part 2. So in part 1, it was pretty tragic backstory thing, all the way to the Marine Fort that, then the battle between, Luffy killed all the Marine soldiers and Marine captains, including the notorious Blackbeard. In the sixth chatty. Sorry about that. So, and plus 6 out of 7 warlords showed up. And I am gonna change it compared to the past, in part 1, I'm gonna change it. Okay, so Boa and Hawkeye. So Boa and Hawkeye, both of them were the only ones that survived out of the 7. So that's 2 people out of 7 warlords. Because the Sand guy ends up getting killed, the Puppet Man gets killed, and But now we're on to a present day of people heard about this, like Doomsday Luffy. And every time they see him, they made sure to not wear any Marines outfits around him, because he will get triggered if they're Marines. So then Boa knows that so Nami and Nico Robin and rest of them agreed not to make him mad. And because they saw how devastating his powers are. With this shadow fruit, the flame fruit, and the gum fruit modeled Nika, and the Nika, and now he has somehow he got all the devil fruits from Blackbeard's crew, and all those fruits went into his stomach, because he's so he's trying to contain himself. And then he ends up being, so he has more power than anyone. And he's the Marines that lost to Luffy, not to Whitebeard, but to Luffy by himself, is no go. Everybody's like, man, this kid's crazy strong. I think he's above the Yonko. Oh, he's above everything. As the Marines, like higher ups, put him in the godly tier one. That means that he has more high authority than anyone else. So, but when he was just walking around, or actually he's just like hanging back with his crew, Usopp is being like, Usopp he builds muscle tissue, and he hangs out with everybody. And so then at the fight Coliseum, Luffy was gonna participate in it. And yeah, in the new world. So yeah. But in the new world, Luffy is still in Frontier. So no matter if it's a new world, old world, home, yeah, anything. So yeah. But one day, two people approached him. Not, they weren't Marines. No. They were his friends. So, all three of these, or both of them, were like, they know that he Luffy, as he turns around, because he forgot all about his friend, or his old friends that he used to have. So he says, "Who are you?" As it's been so long, you forgot all about us. It's as then Luffy and his, or actually Fire Fist Ace says, "It's me, Ace." As his eyes start to think, "Oh, come on, Luffy. It's been that hard, or it's been that long since you've seen your own, like, brothers, hurners." As he still itches his head. As he turns back around. As he walks away. As he bangs his head on a wall, trying to remember who were they? Hey? As as he says, "Come on, Luffy. At least you try to remember who we are. Is it that hard for you to not remember?" as the maybe this jogs your memory. Boom, boom, As then he looks at Firefist Ace. Ace? Is that you? Who? Who? Yep. See, I told you. He remembers us. As he starts to tear up, as he hugs Firefist Ace and him, I thought you both died. As he, yeah. As, yeah. So then the Marines ends up, or actually, let's say, I forget his name. No. Hold on. So.
Sabo.
Yeah. Sabo was says that we heard that you are now in tier, the highest authority in the world. How does that make you feel? As Luffy says, well, I know that I care about everyone. As his team, like Sanji, Zoro, Usopp, Nami, Nico, Robin, Chopper, or Frankie, Neem, or one of them says, "Do you know these two?" Yeah, they're my brothers. Firefist Ace and Usopp. Or Sobo. I don't know how to pronounce his name. So, because in this, I forgot to mention, in the part 1, so whoever is, there's like normal pirates, and then there's 7 warlords tier, and then the Yonkos, and like the rest of them. But I'm adding a new one, Nunley tier. That's above everyone, including the Queen of like Marines or whatever her name is, the one with 3 eyes, means that had interest in Luffy. So yeah, basically, yeah, and plus, because after he absorbed so many like powers into himself, they became like, when they fused into his body, he created 2 new Nunley fruits through his entire body. One was infinity and the other was 0. That's the anti-heat, like anti version of the Del fruit, goddess fruit. The goddess fruit allows us see, instead of making you lose the ability to swim, it heals you and makes you go faster. Yeah, and yeah. Plus, as he, because some people know that he is the most powerfulest one. Everyone was, instead of getting scared of by Whitebeard, they are scared of Luffy. And so Whitebeard's crew, and he could use Luffy's his name, him, to like threaten off the people. Yeah. As Usopp was, or not Usopp, Sanji, he was like, man, he's been like not very active. Him, really? Yeah. He's been more like, because since he still has the photo of all of you guys, as he shows the picture, as Luffy him looks at, and as Firefist Ace, or Ace, he's, because he didn't gain the Fire Fist part, so he is now just called Ace. Yeah. And Usopp, yeah. So they basically, I mean, not only tier one, everyone was like, man, he yeah. So the one with three eyes was like, wants to meet Luffy so bad. And yeah, because in this alternate timeline, she can tell that the Luffy has something that's special compared to everyone else that caught her eye. As Luffy goes in, or like, as he as Zoro knows that how much pain, or so Nico Robin ends up like, you should have been in there eating with the rest of us. Yeah. But every time I see Fire Fist Ace and Usopp, it kept reminding me of or anything that revolves around the past, is makes me more irritated. Yeah. I could tell that you're a little bit angry. You're very confused. Why? So then, of course, the next day, Iris Ace and Usopp, or this guy, were like just chilling, like visiting with Luffy. And Luffy, tells him the entire stories of how, since after he thought that after both or all the village was destroyed, he I went kind of on a rampage. Almost didn't assemble the crew. Oh, but my being a pirate that drove me, hey, to assembling the pirates and because I care about them. And yeah, it scares me. Yeah. So then one of the Marines from the East Blue or some type of one of the seas came over, and there wasn't just one. Let's say there was 10 of them. We're about to kill Straw Hat's entire crew. As Luffy, he needs to be calm himself down. As he got triggered when he saw the Marine flag hang. As his eyes become sparked with anger, like flames coming out of his eyes. As Usopp is like, oh crud, cover his eyes, quick. As they cover his eyes, he's just relaxed. As they brought him into the yeah. As yeah. As yeah, because they tried so hard not to make Luffy really upset. So then Zoro uses his power, or his swords, Hearn style, and yeah, all those sword styles. And Ace and Sabo, who really kept him calmed down. So then yeah. So then the Buggy ends up shows up, but he wasn't had no flag of that. They know that so then guess who showed up on Buggy's ship? That hold on. So yeah, but she ate a smooth fruit, and this is what she looked like on the ship thing. And she could tell that Luffy might be the most dangerous person in the world. And she got onto the board. I'm here for her Luffy. I want to have some few words with him. And don't worry. It's just to talk, not hunt. Hey? As he shows up, as he did they tried to calm him down, as and she's saying, man, and who would you two be? As Firefist Ace says, I'm Ace, his brother, and Usopp, and yeah. I'm here to talk to you, Luffy. You were her since the last time we met. You almost killed my entire crew, who, with that moves. So tell me, how does it feel to have way more power than... As she stops her sentence, as she sees a dark cloud, or dark mist, as he grabs, or no, as the shadow grabs her, throws her, or pin her to a wall. I see. You still got it. And plus you learned some new tricks since the last time we met. As the Firefist Ace looks over and sees Luffy sticking his hand out. Luffy, is that really him? I thought you just had a gum fruit. Oh, he had more than just the rubber, her ace. He also had the power of fire. However, last time he battled. Oh no. No. Trust me. I know. Because he burnt down my entire ship. Him. With a single glare. Herm. I know this. So, yeah. So then he tells her that you want to go round two. You took a word right out of my mouth. But that's not what I'm here for. I want you to... I want to join alliance things. And yeah. Okay? But yeah. Because... And so did Buggy was there too, but he did show up before, and he knows that since the last time they met, the last time that Luffy met Buggy, he had the same thing. So then, yeah. As both Buggy and her joined him. Joined the alliance with him. And they know that if they betray him, well, they're good as dead. So, yeah. So then he says, sure. As his shadow lets go of both of them. as because they know that he's pretty powerful. And plus, people who that join join the alliance with him is like they he he want to like not betray him. Like everyone, like the Gyardo or whatever his name is, the Beast King or whatever, or Beast Pirate. He ends up joining Luffy because, yeah, of alliance things. Yeah, and then because his power level, like, he unlocked his hockey too. So, yeah. So everyone joined him. And, yeah, everyone knew who don't pick on him. Plus, so this girl ends up, or this one, the, yeah, she looked at him, and of course, he was invited to, like, to go to where she was at. So then he ends up going to there by himself. And so that person goes in. No. So Luffy goes in, and he didn't like get attacked by like any person, but instead everyone else like left. It was just him and her, the I am you, her, or him, yeah, that person. As he walks over, or that person walks over, you must be Luffy. Some called you Destroyer. Some called you Doomsday. As the person agrees that that he needs to create an alliance with that person because they know that he's too dangerous. So then, yeah, that happened. Everyone became his ally, except for the Marines, because the Marines, yeah, we're not going to talk about it. Of course, Boa one day showed up, and I said show up. And I'm trying to find that picture. So, yeah, Boa ends up, when she arrived, just to see Luffy. Luffy was, like, so overwhelmed. He was, like, he needed some therapy because he had so much, because he lost so many people during his village, and he feels like he created a new village with pirates. pirates. As everyone agrees, or as his heart is healing from all that. Because they know that he's cute. As Ace, or Fire Fist Ace, ends up like like, is it too much for you to have so many alliance? No, it's just it reminds me of how our village and lost, like, basically everyone except for you and Firefist Ace. He's or Ace, he, and when it feels like it's my own heart is rebuilding my own chest. Okay, as Boa heard that he was heartbroken before her, or actually, let's say Firefist Ace, or no, Ace could tell that every time Luffy leaves to get some like air, because he feels like he made a village with just a bunch of pirates. As the one other person that could tell that he feels grateful that that he feels in his chest was I forget her, not Boa, the one I'm showing you. So that person ends up so that person ends up like that Ember ends up being, you know, I am you. That person hooks up and tells Luffy that I know that you probably feel like you were built a village after having all these alliance. I understand that. I care her, okay? But I won't like destroy your hopes and dreams. Yeah. Because it's been so much pain. Pain, as he tells her, it's been so much every single day before I met my team. Every single day I had been like so much pressure built onto me. As he says that, and he understands, and that, okay? So then he ends up, no, she ends up telling him that, and or she ends up telling him that he will be he'll still be moving up no matter what. So, yeah. So, then when he got back to his ship and all that stuff, the boa, well, was being wants to get married to him. He accepted that. As Boa really likes him. And yeah. So then they got married and had. So, yeah. So, yeah. Luffy ends up got married to Boa and had the 2 kids and yeah. He did become a pirate. Alright. He did become a pirate king. But instead of like being cruel to like everyone, he told everyone, or he actually, if I ever became a pirate king, I'll make sure to make everyone be nice. Okay? As everyone understands, and that Luffy is, he's not, or he tells them that he doesn't want to be the most greediest pirate king. He told them that he wants all of the people to be nicer to whom, like, no more destroying like villages that yeah, or do your own things, but I'll be there supporting. Okay, so everyone agrees. They know what he was trying to be referring, that he doesn't want to be the person that be so greedy. And plus, he's a mortal, so because his powers of infinity and zero gave him immortality. That was weird. So, yeah. He ends up getting like immortal, being immortal. Or no. So, the only person that really ages was everyone else except for Luffy. As Boa is like, man, you never ages, who? Or Luffy. Yeah. So then he did pass the power, or like copy his own ability and passed it onto his kids. So his kids they can grow into adults, but other than that, like old or not too old. Yeah. So, yeah, Boa ends up getting this same thing. As she converted from being a super old lady with white hair, ends up going back into her prime thing. Like, aka her regular black hair. and regular white skin and blue eyes. And yeah. And they're like, man. Yeah. So then he is happy about, yeah. So his kids and, yeah. So then all of the people, like, settled down and started their families and all that stuff. And yeah. So like Usopp got married to, I forget that girl's name, the one that was on from his village. So basically he basically ends up, or so Usopp got married to her and had kids, and yeah. And Nami got, yeah, all of the things. Like, everyone was happy, and there are functional people that are, or functional families. And she's so, like normal person. Like, everyone agrees with that Luffy is the right choice to become a pirate king. And his inside of his chest, he feels so much like his own heart. In his own heart, like deep down in his heart, he feels so much pride that even like he feels so much better about himself. Like, he feels so much better not having to have the entire world get destroyed. So, yeah. So, please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the fun things, and yeah. And reason why I made part 1 and part 2 of this What If is that I was watching the One Piece and I was like doing a whole different what if than of course, to my brain, I thought of the Doomsday Luffy. Basically, yeah. I was gonna go a little bit darker route than a normal route thing, but I was like, you know what? Just make this what if. Not make it super dark, but just enough to be, yeah. So, yeah. Because I was role playing as myself, and I was on, like, Luffy's crew, and because my character is myself, he is actually called Myself. And he was a big brother of Luffy, and of course, myself, that's a character's name, ends up summoning the alternate timeline Luffy from a different timeline, and it was the Doomsday Luffy, the one that you see on the screen. Yeah, And so I made a whole backstory on him. This is that's why I made this part 1 and part 2. Because yeah. So if you guys want me to do like the what if myself was in One Piece, please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment down, do hashtag do what if or more what if. And when you're down there, spread that positivity. Sometimes there's like negative comments down there, and yeah. So, peace out, y'all. Peace.